if you're saying to yourself, these people have no idea what they're doing, you're probably correct.
We don't.
But does anybody really know what they're doing when they're starting a small business? To rewind it a little bit, we are a family of 5.
You're questioning that?
Starting a campground in Alaska, Talkeetna, Alaska, to be specific. What our timelines look like, we don't necessarily know yet, because I still have a commitment to Uncle Sam that I am trying to develop an exit strategy out of. But until then, we're making slow progressions forward. So we just finished up a week-long trip in Alaska, where we did a lot of groundwork, met a lot of people, shook a lot of hands, kissed a lot of babies. But one of the things that we had trouble with was site development. We reached out to probably a dozen different firms, and unfortunately, we did not get very much interest from those firms in developing our site. So anyway, long story short, we met a individual by the name of Craig Bennett. His company is called S4. They are a land surveying company, and it just so happens that they do have experience developing campgrounds. We met Craig through our very good friend Scott Voida, who is Geotech Alaska, or owns Geotech Alaska, for all your geophysical and geotechnical needs in Alaska. If you need a driller, he's your guy. But Scott introduced us to Craig, and we did not really cover that in our last video because it happened pretty much the last day that we were up in Alaska, and we kind of had already wrapped up filming at that point.
I was done.
Anyway, to wrap it all together, we just received Craig's first hack at the campground. I did give him a very, very rough drawing of what I thought the campground could look like in the future. Mostly I just used a couple of other campgrounds in the lower 48 and kind of just pieced together what I thought it could look like. But Craig sent us today, he sent us a very rough drawing of what he thinks it could look like. I've already seen this, but Christine's gonna see it for the first time. So without further ado, this is potentially what could be the campground.
Okay, so what am I looking at?
All right, so these are the different sites. So like we'll highlight, we'll do a follow along.
Where's the entrance?
All right, hold on, let me go through the whole thing. So
well, I need to know where the entrance is.
So here's Salmon Alley Road.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So here's your entrance and here's your exit.
Wow.
All right.
Okay.
So there's 3 different size sites.
Actually,
there's more than 3 different size sites. There's 2 different size pull-throughs, a 45 foot width pull-through and a 35 width pull-through. Yeah. Width or length?
It's W.
Width. Yep.
Yep.
Then there is a large tent and camper back-in, 2,000 square feet. And then there's a small tent and camper back in, which is a 1,000. And then these are the cabins here. And then these are the parking spots for the cabins.
Nice.
So this would be your kind of operations center. Check in here. This is the entrance into what potentially will be our property.
Okay.
But so they come in here, pull in here, check in here. And then depending on if they go to the cabins, they just loop around and go into the cabins here, or they go this way and then pull into your spots depending on what it looks like. Adding up the campground spots, it's about 24. It is 24 pull-throughs, 24 large back ends, and 16 small back ends. And then we had 6 cabins, and then a couple of buildings for.
So how many total RVs?
64.
Oh, nice. Wow. We thought we were going to do what, 12? We were trying to plan it ourselves. And these are pull-throughs.
And then these are all pull-throughs.
So we have 3 rows of pull-throughs.
Potentially. Everything's subject to change.
I like it a lot. So we need to build a shitload of roads.
pretty
So
much.
that's the next thing, is to figure out,
What all this is gonna cost.
oh my gosh. So now we need to build the roads. Once we get the roads built, we can start renting it
Stuff.
out to RVers and campers. Start getting some money in to help us build the cabins. I think that's a good plan. Start revenuing.
As Scott would say, start revenuing.
We heard back from Craig about the
Site plan.
site plan. We had a few adjustments that we wanted to make, like bathrooms. So I don't know if we want to give up a site or two to put the bathrooms in the middle of the campground so that it's easy access for everybody, or if we can just put it on the edges. I think we can put it. I think we put the bathrooms on the outside, so we put like a bathroom here, maybe, and a bathroom here, and then we're gonna have like a shower house down there in the bottom. I think that makes the most sense. So how many?
It's one toilet per 10 sites.
Per 10 sites, is that what you said?
10 to 15. It's really going to depend on where the utilities go, because water is 10 feet down in Talkeetna, meaning I have to bury the lines 10 feet down. So that's going to do a lot of the dictating of where everything goes. We're going to try to keep everything kind of in the general area so that I'm not trying to trench a 10-foot by 12-foot trench all the way over to the middle of the property to lay in one water line.
For the bathroom.
That wouldn't make sense. So there's other avenues we can go. We can just have water storage tanks. We just have a small septic field and stuff like that. So there's options.
I'd like not to do a vault.
We're just trying not to do where we have to pump people's crap out.
Yeah. We got that plan to.
Good road builders. It's one of many services he offers, but road building is the one that we're trying to utilize. And with a very rough estimate of about $1.25 per square foot for a driveway. This is quickly adding up to being a very expensive adventure, which is something that he definitely said. But he also said that he has experience putting in campgrounds of this nature because he's putting in a couple around the area. I think he was just trying to caution us about where he's from the area, so he knows the successes and the pitfalls of trying to do a venture like this. So we're going to try to bite off what we can chew. And really that is like breaking this thing up in phases, and then as we get, as Scott would say, or get revenuing, then we can turn that money and start expanding on the campground. $60,000 just for the earthworks, and probably another $40,000 in getting electrical and getting water, because we're gonna have to do a well, and then getting at least a cabin established so that we have something that we can utilize while we're there, while we're developing the rest of the place. We're probably looking at an initial investment of $100,000, I would say, just to be not conservative, to be over.
With ChatGPT, I tried to do our break-even point. If we were to book 15 sites for 50, so the summer is about 100 nights. And if we could get 50% of those nights booked at $35 a night for 15 sites, we would break even after 3.8 years.
After basically 4 seasons.
4 seasons. That's not, is that bad? Maybe we should email our business mentor.
No idea.
Maybe we should email her and ask her if 4 years is a good break-even year.
No idea. The way I'm seeing that is that means we are. That means we will not generate any revenue
for just sustaining
to
this.
get to start expanding.
So we can't expand until.
So we can't expand until we earn a profit.
So we're just going to be 15 sites for the next 4 years, you think?
That's just to that's just to get this paid off. And then, so our 5th season will be the first season that we can start banking to
Money.
start
And then
expanding.
6th season would be to spend it.
I mean, depending on what we're making.
Let's see if it's 100. We book it 100 days. Let's see what.
Well, we can't. Yeah, I mean, it's not.
Just out of curiosity, see. If
We're not gonna sell out every night for 100 days.
You never know.
No, I do know.
All right, how about 75? Can I just try 75?
Sure.
3
Well, it's
years.
just gonna reduce it down to
No.
three, to basically 3
years?
seasons. Yeah.
No, 2.5.
Yeah. So two
Two and a
and a
half.
half seasons. So 3 seasons.
And that's just this one road and one loop that we're estimating $100,000 to build.
And the well.
The well.
And utilities and power.
Utilities as in
Power.
power.
Because that's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
be the draw, is that they can plug in.
Yeah. And Matsu costs at least, what, $3-4 grand to pull power in off the street.
I have no idea. We gotta talk
Well,
to
we
the
did that.
electrical engineer.
I did that quote through their online, and it said it was like $3-4 grand to pull power in. So that could be another big expense.
Yep. It's only money, right?
Yeah. Yikes.
Not defeated, just
Bringing our expectations down to where
Yeah.
reality is, right? That's our failing motto. Our expectations versus reality. We expect to have this family campground sustain us and be this beautiful memory. Well, before this, we were just doing what if analysis with like complete made up numbers. Now at least we have a plan. We have numbers from the road builders. So now our what ifs are getting tighter. There's still a lot of what ifs, but they're getting more accurate.
if you're saying to yourself, these people have no idea what they're doing, you're probably correct.
We don't.
But
We don't.
does anybody really know what they're doing when they're starting a small business? They have an idea, and it's either you're all in or you're not all in. So,
We're all
all
in. We're all in.
right. Thanks for watching.
Yeah. More to come.